Hey, well, it's good to be back with you. This is Jesse T from the Home Selling Group. And today I'm going to try to satisfy a couple of real big concerns in today's seller's market on steroids. One of the several things that our buyers, and all buyers for that matter, are experiencing is that multiple offers are the rule of the day. No matter what your price is, you're going to be competing against multiple offers. And that's really the issue. Sometimes up to 15 or 20 offers you're going to be fighting against just to win the day and find a home that you really love and want to move into. The other situation is that the listing prices that you see on Zillow or the MLS or the internet or anywhere that an agent or broker has a listing price attached to a property, the house never sells for that price. It just doesn't. It goes way above the listing price. Sometimes 50, 70, 80, $90,000 above the listing price. And that creates another small issue. And that issue is the fact that what happens is when it goes too high in price, it starts pushing the boundaries of an effective fair market appraisal. And so, one of the problems that's really hitting the marketplace is what is the value of that house? With escalating prices since summer, in fact, over $100,000 in most areas, prices have gone up in the last 6 or 8 months. Of course, because of the low interest rates, and there's a lot of money in the system, and money is pretty cheap to come by. FICO scores have been dropped to 620. So many people can buy now that couldn't buy just a year ago. The marketplace is just clogged. It's just all built up and backed up. And that's forcing buyers to go way above the list price, which is pushing the appraisal. So, what listing brokers are doing now is that they're forcing the buyers to accept a value of the property that may not be equal to the purchase price, but yet have to make up the cash difference between the value of the appraisal and the escalated purchase price. And that's just more straight out of your pocket cash. And you know something, in years gone by, in the yesteryear of real estate, I've been doing this for 40 years, that would have been unheard of to do that. Absolutely unethical in many ways. People just would not do that. But in today's seller's market on steroids, it seems like all the rules have been remade in the real estate business with this high tech way and approach of doing business, this low humanity kind of way of doing business now, where there's not a lot of accountability and respectability. You don't ever have to face off it with anybody and pull these kind of shenanigans. But nevertheless, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So in order to win, you've got to plunk down that cash plus your down payment and your closing costs, because we're not getting any closing costs paid for. And oftentimes, it's a little lower down payment. You're going to get hit with mortgage insurance or PMI insurance, plus your taxes, as well as your regular fire and liability insurance. And if you want earthquake insurance, you got to pay for that out of the pocket. So you can see the tens of thousands and thousands of dollars that you've got to come up with just to buy a house today. And that's taxing a lot of people in terms of what they can really afford. And they're just frankly losing the deal. So what I'm going to show you today is something that we've been doing for a number of years, and it's a system by which the buyer can win. It's an exclusive system to the home selling group here. And of course, my name is Jesse T. I'm the broker, and our team approach to selling property really helps out because together everybody achieves more. So I'm going to bring up a slide presentation on my PowerPoint. Bear with me a moment, and we're going to go through this, and I'm going to teach you how you can win the day for once. And it's really exciting in our buyers, guaranteed buyers program. Okay. So let me kind of find that page here on what we've got going on here. So I'm going to come up here and see where we're at. and you're going to be able to see my screen here in a second as soon as I bring everything on board. So just kind of hang out with me for a moment as I bring this up on board and hit this little thing here, and we'll be able to share the screen. Okay, you probably can see that screen there pretty good. And if you can't, chat me up uh, and let me know on Facebook if you can see that screen or cannot. So anyhow, let's go over the VIP buyer's presentation. Now, listen closely, take some notes. This is going to take a few minutes, but it's going to be something that you're going to want to know about, and we can offer you some terrific benefits here at the end of this presentation that are going to help you win the day, because that's what it's all about. So in our buyer's presentation here, it's exclusive to our home buyers, our buyers in waiting. And you want to become one of our buyers in waiting. Very important. We'll talk about that. As home buying specialists, that's what we do. We will help you, okay? Find the best home for your needs, negotiate the lowest price, secure the best financing, meet your home buying needs with the least amount of hassle. And that's really what it's all about, okay? If we can satisfy those concerns, we're down the path to success in terms of finding a house for you and your family. Now, this costs absolutely nothing. It doesn't cost you a penny for our service, okay? Because we get paid by the seller. Now, there are some cases, though, that with our liquidators and our wholesalers, that they pay nothing. And so then we have to work out an arrangement between you and I as to how our remuneration is going to go. But for the most part, 99.999% of the time, we don't pay, you don't pay a penny to us. And with those wholesalers and liquidators, these are usually for investors with cash in the box, ready to buy, cash purchasers. And that's a little bit different than what you're trying to accomplish here. The ABCs of real estate service, this is what most realtors do. In fact, this is what all realtors do. I've been doing this for 40 years, and you know, this is what I used to do way back in the day. And then I finally learned the right way. You advertise homes in order to get you to call them. You want people to call you, so you advertise homes. Well, the advertisement that you see in the newspaper or on social media today, because that's the big daddy, that's the big tiger in the bush, social media, that's where you should be doing. A hint to any realtors out there. But anyhow, by advertising there, generally realtors and brokers and agents are taught they advertise themselves, not necessarily the house, because they're trying to create top of mind consciousness that they do exist in this world. We don't have to worry about that, because what we're doing is we're looking for you, the buyer. That's right. We're utilizing sellers and our sellers' listings and properties to find you, the buyer. That's what we want to focus in on, you, the buyer. So we advertise with a little different idea to find you, the buyer. Because if you have the buyer, then you have the deal. Because generally, if you have the buyer and the listing, it's easy to put the deal together. And we'll talk more about that. So, what the ABCs of real estate service do, and most realtors do this, and when you work with them, they beg you to come in and talk with them either in their office or sitting out in front of Starbucks on a bench because of the pandemic and COVID-19. Can't understand anybody anyway with those masks on. You know, I'm bringing a bullhorn with me to the next time I have to do that. I mean, really, I do have a bullhorn. And yeah, that's what it kind of is turning into, huh? Low grade technology in a high tech world. But they beg you to come in and talk to them on the phone. Please, 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 I need to make some money. The ABCs of real estate service, what else do most realtors do? They choose a bunch of homes they think you're going to like because they really don't know what you're going to like. They don't sit down and take the time to learn you and your family's needs and desires and wants. They don't really have a discussion of communication because they want to do bing, bang, boom, whiz, bang, thank you, man. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to get you in and out the door and get that commission. That's what they're all about. because most of them are going hungry with no refrigerator, no food, and just enough gas to put in their very expensive Mercedes Benz. They look good on the outside like Hollywood, but they don't smell so good on the inside. So they choose a bunch of homes they think you'll like on a basic, very basic idea of communication. And then they take you out. They drive you from house to house to house. You following them now. Nobody does anything in their car anymore. So it's like a big giant caravan taking you from house to house, showing you dozens of homes, hoping that you'll just buy one of them. Please, please. Wasn't there a song? Please, please me, right? And then they encourage you to make an offer on every single house that you are able to get into. Now, there's a whole dynamic about being able to access properties today. You have to go through so much. You have to have a PAD 5 COVID-19 disclosure. We have to provide a DU, that's a cash approval in letter form, an approval from a lender, a FICO score, bank statements, tax return front sheets, all redacted out important information, private, confidential. We have to provide all these things and more just to get in the door. Gone are the days you can drive up, knock on somebody's door, take your lockbox key, open the door if they're not there, and go in. That doesn't happen today. We have to wear gloves and masks and booties and wipe our hands off. It's a whole dynamic that has changed. But they encourage you to make an offer on every single house they see because they don't want to take you out again. Then you get really frustrated because the homes that you've been selected to look at are not really to your liking. And why would they be? They don't know what you want. See, in our system, we find out detailed information about what you want, where you want to be, how you want to be, what you want, where you want to go. What do you need? What are your desires? What is your family's needs? How far from work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We find out a long criteria. We got like a 3-page criteria hit list with hundreds of questions on there because the more we know about you, the better we can service what you want and not waste your time. Then they get on their knees and pray to their spiritual God. Oh, please, Lord, please, Lord. Jehovah Witness, the spirits of the ancient ones, whatever their spiritual God is, they get on their knees and they pray that you will buy something after all of their hard work. Our home buying system focuses on your needs. Step one, we find out how much home you can afford by helping you get a free home loan approval. And we've taken it one step further this year. We not only get you approved with a full loan package, we send you all that information, you give us that information, and then what we do is we take that and we give it to my guy, Esteban, my processor for 25 years. You see, I've been doing loans and real estate for 40 years, and I have 6 to 10 different banks that I have long-term relationships with. Mhm. So we package it up and then we send it to my processor. He crosses the T's and dots the I's. And then what he does is he sends it to the underwriter. And the underwriter, folks, is the gatekeeper to the investor or the bank's money. They are the one that either lets you go or doesn't let you go. They give you the money or they don't. They are the last court of resort. They're usually a female who's been in the business 35 years, and they are usually in their 50s. They've worked hard to get that to position of responsibility and accountability and respectability, and they look at the packages with a fine tooth comb like Sherlock Holmes. And they're looking for ways to not give you the money. Well, I've been doing this so long, I know every trick in the book and how to package stuff with my man Esteban. We package that up free of charge to you, and we send that, and we get you a pre-approval letter, a loan approval letter. But then we take it one step farther. We get you what's called a cash commitment approval letter from a bank. you're as good as a cash buyer. So when I go to write up an offer, I write you down any way I want as a cash buyer to close 14 to 21 days. Maybe I write you down 20, 30%. I don't know, whatever it is you have as a down payment, but you are as good as cash. Does that make sense? And it's all free to you. Step two, we send you information on homes that match your criteria. Our unique buyer profile service is very unique. We're big on social media marketing, and we're really big on off market houses, the secret stuff that nobody knows about. We won't tell them, okay? Nobody knows about them, just you and me and my team. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Help what we do, we help you get the home you want using our specialized knowledge. And specialized knowledge that has been earned over a lot of deals, over 4,000 transactions we've closed in 40 years. At each step, you will benefit from our innovative consumer programs. So let's look at some of them. Of course, the home loan pre-approval, but cash commitment. We take it one step farther. And then how much house can you afford? You know, you can sometimes qualify for more than what you want to afford on a monthly basis. One of the things that we talk about is we turn you into a cash buyer without having all the cash. We find houses that are as cheaper than rent the mortgage payment. So we find houses where the mortgage payment is less than the rent today with the escalating rent prices, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars a month, and it's going up every year, and that's not going to stop. So we find houses that are cheaper than rent. But more importantly, we look at your budget and we make sure that you can fit comfortably with the mortgage payment and all the other extras that come with it. See, it's not so much that you can get approved so much for a cash commitment from a lender, but how much can you really afford? Now, ultimately, of course, everything is your final choice, and we will give you our professional opinion, but it's your final choice. So the home loan pre-approval, pre-commitment, committed cash lender offer has three key benefits, okay? One of them is you know exactly how much you can afford. The next one is you're going to get the best financing when you got no stress on you, when you don't have to buy a house right now, when you can think about the loans, when you can get the loans that make sense for you, like the NACA loan, 100% down, zero financing. You don't even know about that. And if you do, you don't know too much about it. But there's a program out there right now today. It's called NACA, NACA. And you can get a zero down, 100% loan certificate. And we work closely with them. It's a great loan, zero down. How does that sound? You can make an offer stronger than anybody else. And that's what it's all about. We want to offset you to make you look like the superstar buyer you are over everybody else. See, in the old days, we used to go to someone's kitchen table and we would present our buyers. Can't do that anymore. We haven't done that in a long time. I miss those days. Boy, I miss those days because that's where true negotiation and that's where the skill came in. Oh, it was wonderful. But we don't do that anymore. And we have to do everything through the high-tech way. So consider these two offers. Buyer A, you with pre-approved, committed by cash from a lender, okay? You make an offer of $350,000 cash offer because you have the commitment and no conditions. And buyer B, another buyer who is not pre-approved or maybe just measly old pre-qualified or pre-approved, but haven't put together the full loan package and got a cash commitment like we do from the underwriter, the gatekeeper of money, offers $350,000, but there's conditions all wrapped up in that financing. Well, let me ask you this silly question. Who do you think the seller is going to pick? Who would you pick? What we do comes with an easy 1, 2, 3 step. A home loan credit report is generated by the 3 credit reporting agencies. At some point, you have to authorize that so we can make sure we know what the midline FICO score. And by the way, as of February 1st, midline FICO score to buy is all the way down to 620 for regular folks and 580 for veterans. We love our veterans. Well, financial details are verified. We take all that information and we make sure it's ready to go. A tight, strong, good-looking package. Sometimes we have to stretch a rubber band a little bit and tie it up in a pretty bow and spray some perfume on it and write a nice letter or do a little video on you. But whatever, we package that up. All the information is forwarded to our underwriter for approval, like I said. And that's the person you want because this is what you want to happen. Bada bing, bada boom, you're approved in the Jesse T. Home Selling Group Buyers presentation. And then from there, let's move on to the next process because this is really important. The buyer profile service, very important. What are you looking for in a home? We answer all the journalism questions: what, when, where, how, why, who. Plus, what you need for your family, your kids, your grandparents, yourself, your wife, your husband, your significant other. What kind of yard you want, what kind of house you want, what kind of kitchen you want, what are you looking for? We put together this laundry list, this criteria information, easy for you to say, right? We put this together. And the reason why we do that, because we want to paint a picture like a Mona Lisa. We want to paint a picture. We want to see that picture. Because the better we see it, like a film, the more we can find it. If you can see it, believe it, conceive it, then you can achieve it. And together, everybody achieves more. You and us working together. Of course, we do the MLS. And of course, you know, we're connected with every single real estate company in the world. It seems like that now with the technology. Definitely in Southern California, we're connected with thousands and thousands of available properties. But there's a trick when you're using the MLS. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want anybody to know. I know how to find these off-market properties in the body of the MLS on Zillow and all those other places like Redfin and Realtor.com, etc. I know how to find the off-market properties. I have a whole system for that. I have one person every single day, 8 to 10 hours a day. That's all they do is find off-market listings. That's the gold. It's hard to find. But we have a list of 2,500 buyers in waiting, of which about 200 of them are completely cash approved, like I talked about. You need to be on this list. We need to know what you want because I'm going to find it not on the market, not with Zillow, not with the MLS, not with other agents, not with brokers, not with the internet, did I say? Not with anywhere. And do you think for 1 minute I'm going to tell anybody? No. I'm going to call you. And I'm not going to call 27 of you. I'm going to call you because I know what you can afford. And I know what the seller wants. And I marry the two together. No multiple offers. No escalating prices. No ridiculous above appraisal cash out of your pocket to make up the difference rigmarole. No. It's a bunch of hooey, if you ask me. But sometimes we have to do that. You know, you got to play the game. All right. Sometimes we have to go into the MLS. Sometimes we have to compete. That's why we want to make you rock solid. How most realtors pick out houses. They make a random search through the MLS or Zillow or Realtor.com. They pick 6 or 8 houses. They try to sell you each one of them. That's the wrong thing to do. The wrong person is deciding which homes you're going to see. Shouldn't you be deciding that? That's our solution. Our one of a kind buyer profile system gives you priority access to hot new listings that match your home buying criteria because we know what you want, because we've taken the time to interview you and find out what you want, not what I want, not what your neighbor wants, not what some real estate agent wants, what you want. We put you in control. Your home buying criteria is entered into our custom computer, a customization database. And every evening that kicks out a bunch of properties that are on the market and not on the market to find homes that match your specific criteria. We only send you the homes that match your criteria. Why waste your time looking through thousands and thousands of wasted time? Well, that's just a big glorious waste of time. I'd rather sit with my mama T for 31 years, known her for 45, eating some popcorn, watching Star Trek. We only send you the homes that match your criteria. You can pick the homes you want to drive by and look at. When you see a home you want to look at, you give us a call, text, email, voicemail, send it by pigeon, TP smoke. I don't know. We'll arrange a showing. And remember, we got to put together a whole dynamic to get you in that property. There's no pressure to buy from us. There shouldn't be, because when you find something you like, you're going to buy it, right? Simple. You're in control, which means no more searching through the paper, the internet, all those crazy things, driving up and down streets, looking at homes that may already be sold or not sold or are not what you want. You get automatic access to hot new listings before other buyers. Yes, off market stuff and on market stuff. No more wasted time viewing homes, real estate agents who pick things out for you. You pick things out for yourself. You only receive homes that match your criteria, and you pick the homes you want to see on the way home from work, school, play, whatever. No more pressure. Most agents get 6 or 8, then they push, 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 push. Close, 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 close. Always be closing. ABC. Close, 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 because they don't want to waste their time. Time is money. Wrong way to look at it. We want you as a lifetime customer. You pick out as many homes as you want to see. There's never any pressure. No more overpaying for the homes like we talked about. In step 3, we do have a specialized knowledge, help you prepare to write that offer. There is no offer that I haven't written. I've been doing this for so long, and my team has been doing this for so long. We have hundreds of years of experience collected together. There is nothing that we haven't done. We prepare that offer. We present that offer. We can't do it in person anymore. But I figured out a new twist on how I can personally present my offer. I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'm trying to give that personal touch for you so you can win. Win, win. Hey, that's the name of my company. Win, win, win. When you win and they win, then I can win. Wow, what a concept. We negotiate all the terms and conditions of the offer in your best interest. And we're not afraid to say, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. In summary, how do you benefit? You get approved free of charge for a home loan and get access to special financing, like we talked about. You can afford more home for your money. You automatically receive the best new listings on the market and off the market. Those are the gold, man. The off markets, those are the gold. You can beat out everybody else because nobody's going to know about those off markets. The on market ones, you're going to be packaged up so strong that for them to say no to you, well, sometimes it rolls that way, but we keep on going. Keep on trucking, baby. Got to keep on trucking. Hey, wasn't that a song? Kool and the Gang, I think, or Eddie Kendricks. Anyhow, you are backed by our specialized knowledge. You get the house you want at the lowest price. Now, there's not much negotiation in price these days. Everything's above price. Everything's going without any negotiation. But, we'll try to get the lowest above price that we could get you. Yeah, that's what the goal is here. And it's free service. None of these valuable services cost you a penny. The only thing I ask of you, my friends, is loyalty. Loyalty means everything to me. A handshake means everything to me. When I look you in the eye and I shake your hand and we have a loyalty bond between each other, that's all I ask. Because you see, I have to make a living for my company and my family too, just like you. And it's important that I know that you and I are going to work together to accomplish what you want. Loyalty is very important. So we have what's called a VIP buyer agreement. And this whole buyer agreement here says this: if you see a bunch of houses you like, let us know. You can buy from anybody you want. I don't care. But if you do, you have to pay us a small fee for the time that we put into you. It's for a duration of time. And we will promise to do everything we said we would do here and more over and above the call of duty. And if we don't, you don't have to work with us anymore. It's a guaranteed right of cancellation. We need to have a buyer's agreement signed. Us, we don't go out. It's that simple. We need to know that we're going to do everything we can for you, and you're going to do everything you can for us, so that together we're in business and we're bound together by an agreement that says honor, ethic, and morality means something, and loyalty means something to you and me, because I know what it means to me. I'll give you more effort. My team will give you more effort in our home buying system than you've ever had before in dealing with real estate. And you'll say, my gosh, that's what we want. We want you to go, wow. So, what to say and do when you come across a home on your own? You just say, hey, I like that home. And tell the agent or broker, if you talk to them, I'm working with Jesse T in the home selling group. They're my broker. Get the price if you can, some MLS information. Send us the complete information, and I will go behind the door and find out everything there is to know about that property, much farther than you'll get from anybody else. Why? Because it's something you're interested in. You saw it, you sent it, and I need to service it. That's simple. I will find out everything I can. Quick. The next step for you, right there, home sold. This is my $5,000 cash savings buyer guaranteed certificate. You didn't know I would do this. I told you I was going to surprise you at the end. I not only walk the walk and talk the talk, but I put my money where my mouth is. Under contract in writing, as a VIP buyer, part of the home selling group system. I guarantee that when you find the home you want to purchase, I will negotiate on your behalf to help you purchase this home for at least $5,000 less than the listed price, even in today's escalating prices. Or I will pay you $500 cash at the close of the sale. Now, is that sweet? Find somebody else that's going to do that for you and put it in writing. Finally, our cancellation guarantee. Hey, you don't like anything that we do? We're not doing what we said we would do. Cancel us anytime, any place, anywhere. Just send us a little note. Don't want to work with you. You guys are a bunch of ding dongs. Cancel us. Unless we are in escrow. Unless we've showed you a series of properties that you're interested in, then our NDA covers that, because there is proprietary information in these properties we send you. Then we're entitled to what we do, what we get based on the performance that we did up to that point. But other than that, find another house, you don't want to work with us, that's fine. You want to cancel me, that's fine. But if you do that, there's a small fee in the buyer's agreement. But if you don't like anything that we do, 100% totally risk-free cancellation guarantee. That's my system. It is powerful. It is full of benefits. This is something that you can actually put your arms around. That's the home selling group buyer's ultimate presentation and system. If you have any questions, give me a call at 818-800-1343. And if you want a free list of properties, I'll send that to you right now. 1-844-332-6305, hit ID 1051. And I'll get that out to you right now. A free list of properties from me, Jesse T, and my team, the Home Selling Group. Thanks a lot for joining us. And check out our websites too at www.freefirsthomebuyerinfo.com, www.thehomesoldgroup.com. And please remember to like us and share us. Tell everybody. And on YouTube, hit that little subscribe button and that notification button. Please, it helps us help everybody. And that's what we're all about. Have a great day. This is Jesse T. See ya.